Listen, it's not your fault. I just want to start off by saying that. We live in the modern world where it is so ridiculously easy to just go on Amazon and a couple clicks and you're able to buy something and it comes at your doorstep like day of or next day. It's ridiculous, all right? But let's talk about some really easy ways to just stop doing that. The first thing I want to talk about is to avoid shopping as entertainment. Find things that are better for you instead, like going for a walk or reading or doing something that's actually going to add value, right? Ask yourself that, like, is this thing that I want on Amazon going to add value into my life? Or is it going to take away value? Is it going to suck my happiness away? It's just going to give me that quick little dopamine hit of instant gratification and then back to feeling this emptiness inside of me. We want to really work on the emptiness inside of us. And the best way to do that is to just go outside and get fresh air. Go for a walk, read a book, do better things that are good for you as forms of entertainment instead. And number 2, stop going to stores just for the sake of looking at things because you know it doesn't end well. Or like, let's say at Whole Foods even, you have to go grocery shopping. I get it. They've got that cute little section though, where they've got the candles and they've got all the little self-care cute things. And you always want to go in there and just look. Just stop doing that because you know it never ends well. You know that you're going to want to go back and get something or you're going to keep thinking about it. And if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. If you're not even looking at it, you're not touching it, you're not even giving it the time of day, you aren't going to be spending money on it. I promise you that. You have to have that discipline and just look away. You know exactly where it is. You know the things that you always go and look at. Stop going towards them. Look away if they are something that is in the way. If you have to go grocery shopping and that's the thing that's there, look away, look ahead, look down, look a different direction. Do whatever it takes to not go into that cute little section that always draws you in. Say no. Say, I'm not doing this because it's not good for me. Number 3, if you're going out to eat, instead of just running out the door, right? Bring some healthy snacks, drink some damn water, do things that are going to stop you from overeating, right? You don't want to be going out and spending all your money on food out to eat. You know you've got healthy options at home. And if you don't, really ask yourself, why am I treating myself so badly, so poorly? Why do I not care about myself? Like, this isn't cool. I gotta be taking better care of myself. I gotta be treating my body like the temple it is. I need to praise it, I need to nourish it, and I need to do everything that I can to take good care of it because I wanna live a life that is so good. I wanna live a healthy life. I wanna live a life where I can get things done, that I can go after my big goals. And if you're treating your body poorly and you're eating the junk food and you're eating too much shit, all it's doing is taking away from you. Fill your own cup, put things in your body that are good for you. And honestly, this is any time that you go out. It's not just like if you're going out to eat and you want to like not spend too much money on a bunch of different dishes, right? Every single time you go somewhere, have a snack bar with you, have a water bottle with you. Do something to make it easier on yourself. Stop treating yourself like shit. Stop being like, I don't need that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Take yourself more seriously. Live a life where you are so obsessed with taking better care of yourself. That's what I really, really want to stress. If you're neglecting yourself and you're just like taking yourself not so seriously, it's just going to keep reinforcing that. You're going to never want to take care of yourself. You're going to never want to bring water with you. You have to look at yourself with more respect because the more you disrespect yourself, the more you're going to feed into bad habits, the more you're going to eat unhealthy, the more you're going to overspend on food when you go out. It's just not worth it. Just take yourself more seriously. Treat yourself with more respect. Treat yourself like you would your best friend with love, kindness, and respect, and you will go so much further in life. Let's keep moving. Number 4, put it in a list before you buy it. Have lists of things that you want. I have a birthday list actually. My birthday's coming up soon, and I log in everything I want, and I look over and I'm like, do I still want this? Is this something that's gonna help me? Is this something that I really truly want? Or is it something that I just kind of want it and like I would have impulsively bought? Like, just really ask yourself those serious questions. Like, do I really need this? Is this going to add value into my life? Is this something that is not a trendy, and we'll talk about trends in just a sec, but like just make sure that it's something that you truly want and that is going to add value into your life. And don't just do this for yourself and like that wish list, like a birthday list, right? Do it for everything that you want to buy. I'm talking for friends and family. I'm talking for business. I'm talking for anything that's going on in your life. Just have a list for everything and go back to it. Don't impulsively buy anything anymore. Stop with that shit, because that's where all your money's going. Anytime you want to buy something, it's based off of an emotion, and you really want to take a step back and look at it logically. Ask those questions. Do I need this? Is this helpful? Is this going to add value into my life? Is this going to add value into other people's lives? Like, just really evaluate what it is that you're buying instead of impulsively buying it, because there's a lot of shit out there that is sold to us that isn't good for us, right? You've got junk food out there. You've got Netflix subscriptions. Cancel your Netflix subscription if you haven't already, by the way. I'm very proud of the people that come through and say that they're thankful I've been telling them to unplug their TVs and that it really helps. Try it out, okay? Just do whatever it takes to figure out what you actually need. Make a list for everything, especially expensive things that you really don't have the money for. Don't impulsively buy those things. Those are the things that are taking up the most of your money. Really step back and think about it for a week, 2 weeks, have a whole month. If it's something that's really out of your budget and you just cannot afford it, make sure that you actually need it. And that leads me to number 5. See if you can rent it. If it's something that's really big and bulky and you don't really need it, you only need to use it like once. I'm talking like a power washer. How often are you really power washing your house or whatever? Not very often, right? You can rent those things. You can see if you can rent it at least. Just try. Don't be like, I have to buy this. You probably don't have to buy this. You can probably rent it. You can probably lease it. I'm so against really buying anything that's major unless it's really gonna do something for you, because you also have to worry about maintaining it and storing it. Expensive things are expensive to also take care of. There's all these fancy instructions. Like, let's say you spent a lot of money on this really nice dress, right? And then you have to maintain that dress, right? You have to bring it to the dry cleaners and you have to make sure that it stays in good condition, and you have to store it in one of those like clear zipper up case things. It's just not for me. But I know people that do that, and I think it's foolish. I just really believe that you should consider finding a place where you can just get it for a couple nights and returning it. It's just not worth it. And speaking of buying things from stores, let's talk about number 6. Don't go to the store. If there's anything that is so important on this list, it's probably the most important one, really. Stop going to the store. If you don't have to go to the store, then don't go to the store, because that makes it easier for us to impulsively buy things that we do not need. See if you can buy it online instead, especially if it's like 1 or 2 things. Seriously, just buy it online instead. It's not worth going into the store, because if you're anything like me, you go into Target for 1 or 2 things, you leave with a cart full of shit, and you're like, I didn't need all of this. This is bad. Why did I do that? And that's the thing. I don't want you to be living a life like that, because people aren't out here saying it. They're like, you need this, you need that, you need this. And no, you don't need that. It isn't doing anything for you. It's probably not adding value into your life. It's probably collecting dust. It's collecting clutter, right? The more things that you have, the more stress you have. The more you have to think like, well, am I using this thing? Did I really need this thing? You've got like this feeling of regret. And like, why did I buy this? I know I shouldn't have bought that, right? And I didn't have the money to buy it. So stop doing that to yourself. There's also a name for it. It's called buyer's remorse. It's a feeling that a lot of people experience. It's not just like you feeling it or just me feeling it. It's a lot of us out here. So try to eliminate that from even happening in the first place. Don't go to the store unless you have to. See if you can order it online and then be done with it. If it's something that you need and something that is actually going to add value into your life, instead of just impulsively buying a little trinket, it's just not worth it. And there's just better ways to spend your time too. Like, I really truly regret going to the store with my mom, because not only did she take forever, I'm sorry, my mom passed away, by the way, if you're new here. But we used to go to Michael's, we used to go to Home Goods, we used to go to all these stores, and we just always spent money that there's a lot of regret. She was a hoarder. That's the thing here. That's why she liked going to stores. That's why she liked shopping. And then I realized that, and I was like, maybe there's other things we can do together, because it's not just all about going out to a store and shopping. That's not what life is all about. Life is about going out and experiencing things. So I figured out that we could go to like cute little farmers markets, and that is still satisfying her need of wanting to shop, right? But also there's more things to do around there. Like you could go pumpkin picking, you could go apple picking. There's farmers markets, and then there's like little farms, right? I'm talking more like farm. Like you get to go and experience and have lunch and enjoy being outside, not like those cheap farmers markets, because there's that too. And I don't recommend doing that, by the way. Just please don't. All that is leading into a scarcity mindset. It's not good for you. Go to a cute little farm. Enjoy homemade stuff, right? That's what I'm talking about. Apple picking, pumpkin picking, going and getting fresh fruits and veggies. That's a good thing to do. That's not scarcity mindset. The farmer's market where they have deals and all the little trinkets and junk, and don't do that. That's not good. And you can end up spending a lot of money at those places too, because that's what I used to do back when I was in high school with my dad. We always used to look at places like flea markets and shop around for things on discount and sales, and not worth it. Please, if you've got people that you do that with, really truly reconsider. It's just not worth it. And let's keep moving. We've got number 7. Unsubscribe to promotional emails. If you have people trying to sell you stuff all the time in your inbox, unsubscribe, unsubscribe, unsubscribe. Get them out of your inbox. All that's doing is tempting you. You see the deal and you're like, I have to shop, it's on sale. No, you don't. Get them out of your inbox. You do not need it. Stop waiting for sales. That's scarcity mindset. Just stop. Unsubscribe. Get them out of your inbox. Out of sight, out of mind. Always. Anything that is tempting you, that is bad for you, get it away from you. Hide it. Delete it, unsubscribe from it, get it out of here. And while you're in there unsubscribing from promotional emails, go ahead and unsubscribe from anything that puts you in a bad mood, something that's annoying you, something that is frustrating you. If you had a bad thing go off with your boss and it's over, it blew over, why is it still in your inbox? Just get it out of there, delete it. It doesn't belong anymore. Anything that is not serving you at your highest good and making you feel better and making you want to go after it and do more with your life, get it out of here. It just doesn't belong. Number 8, evaluate your monthly subscriptions. There are things in there that you do not want to be paying for, and you get pissed off because you forgot about it. And it's okay, you didn't know, but now you know. Log it into your calendar right away. As soon as you subscribe to something, some new app, anything you have a subscription to, you are going to log that into your calendar. You have a digital calendar, and that's what I highly recommend you use, but you can also go the traditional route and log it into a real calendar. Stop making excuses, because that is why you are getting sucked in to paying those recurring subscription fees. You need to be getting that out of your head. Stop remembering things, right? Our brains are not meant to remember things. They are meant to be creative. They're meant to problem solve, but they are sure as hell not good at remembering things. So get it out of your head and onto a piece of paper instead. I always swear by this. Please just take that seriously. You won't be paying these subscription fees, all right? You're gonna be so much better. And go into your settings. Go and see what you're paying for. Unsubscribe from these things, please. You probably don't need that subscription to that horoscope thing that you paid for last year. I've been there, and I don't make that mistake anymore, because around here, we don't make the same mistakes over and over again. Unsubscribe from these things. And these subscription fees are getting higher and higher. I don't know about you, but whew, it's like, why does this cost $50 a month, man? That's a little ridiculous. I'm not trying to have that scarcity mindset, but some things are just not worth that much money. So really ask yourself, is this worth it? Is this really gonna add enough value into my life for this price? Probably not. So unsubscribe. And here's the biggest key though. When you put it into your calendar, if you go traditional route or if you go digital route, make sure that you put -2 days from that expiration date. That way, nothing bad happens, because there has been times where I've had a subscription in my calendar and then it ended up not getting canceled in enough time. So give yourself an extra 2 days. Go and subtract those 2 days before actually it expires and unsubscribe from it then, instead of waiting day of. It's not worth it. Don't take the risk, because I learned from my mistake, and I want you to understand that that's what happens sometimes. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. So I respect it, and I -2 days. And let's keep moving. Number 9, practice gratitude. If there's anything I recommend a lot on this channel, it's to practice gratitude. And I do it every single morning. And I use the 5-minute journal. And I finally am able to help you out. And you can get a 10% off discount code in the description below. Get this, I'm serious, it helps. Write down something you're grateful for every single morning and make it easy with this because it tells you to do it. It tells you to write down 3 things that you're grateful for every single morning. And this is how I'm able to live a better life. I'm able to think more positively. It helps me live a better life in the sense that I'm happier. I'm more appreciative. I think I get to do this instead of I have to do this, right? Have that kind of mindset. It's a growth mindset where you're just taking in things and you're growing and you're doing better for yourself. You're learning and growing and always doing better. You're thinking bigger, you're being bolder, and you're doing better. That's the life I love to live. And this is the life that I hope that I can inspire you to live too. And this really, truly does help. So I highly recommend it. And listen, I know that this is about not spending money on things that you don't need, but this is something I recommend that you should spend money on. Just spend your money wisely. Spend your money on things that you actually need, that are going to improve your life. Because spending money on things that aren't good for you and just aren't going to get you anywhere is what we are trying to stop doing. Those are the things that you got to stop doing because that's going to stop you. It's going to keep you stuck. It's going to keep you in a negative place. It's going to keep you in a negative mindset. Practicing gratitude keeps you in a positive mindset and it helps you look for things that are actually good for you instead of looking for the thing to have a quick fix, that instant gratification, not that donut anymore, right? We're not taking the donut. We're going to eat a nice healthy bowl of yogurt instead, Greek yogurt. Fuel your body, look good, feel good, and do good. And when you're happier, you're gonna be able to think more clearly. You ever notice when you're negative and you're sad and you're pissed off about something, it kind of like clouds your thoughts and you're thinking to yourself like, oh, it's so hard to make a decision when you're sad, right? It's a lot easier to make a decision when you feel better and you're happier. And really, that is when you practice gratitude, you're able to think in a better mindset. You're able to think more clearly. You're able to make better decisions when you're happier. You're always making those bad decisions. You're always falling into those bad habits, those old patterns when you're in a bad mindset, when you're negative, when you're grumpy, when you're pissed off, when you're upset. That's when you want to go for those instant gratification things. And when you want to just get a quick fix to solve your problem instead of thinking like, well, this isn't going to actually solve my problem. This is just a temporary fix. You can think like that when you're happier and you're able to practice gratitude every morning because it helps open your mind to more creative ideas. Like, what is it that I'm grateful for? And that's the thing too. I started off my journal on the wrong foot. I used to log things in that were like materialistic. And I was like, why am I doing that? Why can't I think about things that are really good for me? Like the sun coming in through the blinds. That's something I'm grateful for every morning. Or not every morning because sometimes it's rainy, but sometimes I like the rain and I think about that and I'm like, I like the rain because without the rainy days, I wouldn't appreciate the sunny days as much, right? So that helps you open your mind to what is it that I'm really grateful for? And you have to really think about it instead of just getting up out of bed and just grumpy, lumpy going about your day. When you start on that positive foot and you think about what you're grateful for, you're gonna wanna do better things for yourself. And the last one on my list here is number 10, stop following trends unless there's an ROI for you. And if you don't know what ROI means, it's a return on investment. If you are buying something that is going to help you make more sales, like if you're like an influencer and there's a certain thing that people are more drawn to and are gonna listen to you more, if you have that certain thing, right? Then you spend the money on it. But like, why are you buying a designer bag if you're not seeing people in real life? You don't have clients that you're talking face to face to. And you're really just impressing people that you don't like. You gotta think about things like that and really ask yourself, like, is it something that I just want and I don't really need, right? Like, that's not something that we wanna do anymore. We really wanna think about, I really want this and it's going to help me and it's going to help others. And I'm gonna be able to inspire others. I'm gonna be able to do better, right? Or like you got real estate agents, for instance, they have nice cars because they're meeting people in real life. Do you really need a nice car if you're not seeing people all the time? Probably not, because that's really just for yourself and that's kind of selfish too. We don't really want to be living such a selfish life. It's not a good life to live. You really want to think about like, yourself and others as much as possible and really feel good about your decisions, not have that buyer's remorse, not think to yourself like, I really didn't need this. This was really just for myself. And it's not really doing good in this world to be buying this thing that is so expensive. I couldn't really afford it and I don't really need it. Just ask yourself these serious questions when you're buying things and you will make better decisions with your money. And listen, if there's something that you want, like let's say it is trendy and you really want it and it's gonna make you happy and you're gonna feel good about it for years to come, because that actually happened to me recently. I found this cute little pampas plant. Like it's something that's trendy. It's like a boho theme and I really vibe with it and it helps me journal. That's the thing. Like if it can help you do something, if it can create a better habit, if it can make it a little easier, make it a nice cozier space, right? And you can justify it in that sense, still sit on it. Make sure that you actually want it. And you don't want it just because I'm saying I want it, right? Just because I'm saying it works for me. Make sure that you truly want it. Make sure that it's something that is going to make you happy. It's not about if I think you're cool, because I'll never really truly know if you got it or not. I'll never truly know, right? Do it for you. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for somebody else. Don't do it to impress other people. Always do it with you in mind first. Prioritize yourself. If there's anything I truly want you to understand from my channel, it's to prioritize yourself and to put your needs first and foremost, because at the end of the day, you came into this world alone and you leave alone. And I'm not telling you to be selfish in this respect, but I'm saying really just take yourself seriously. Prioritize yourself in the sense that like you want to have the best life for yourself, and then other people can come in and you can help them too, okay? Just make sure that you're doing everything that you can, even if it's just a little bit, that is gonna improve your life so that you can do better for yourself and that you can do better for others too. You will spend your money way better. You'll have more money and you'll spend it wisely if you follow these 10 easy, super easy habits here. And one last thing here. If you have big goals, or if you want to start a business, or if there's something that you've just been pushing off and there's just something stopping you and you just don't know what it is, it's okay and it's totally normal, because trust me, I've been there. It took a lot for me to get started with this YouTube channel, for instance. And I'm really fortunate because I have an accountability partner, which is my boyfriend, and he helps me go after it every day. He helps me keep going on days where I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to do it. He says, come on, you know you want to do this. You know you're helping others. And I could be that for you. I can be your accountability partner. I could break down that big, scary goal into small, easy, actionable steps with a whole system. Listen, we can do this. We can work together. I believe in you, but you got to believe in yourself too. So scroll down right now, click on the top link in the description, and let's do it, all right? I'll see you next time. Bye for now.